Good afternoon. I am coming to you, my family, my beautiful neuromelanated family. I am just feeling it today. I am just excited. I'm happy. I'm manifesting, and I just wanted to come on and say to the chosen ones, we're in our divine time. We are manifesting and we are moving. People are coming together all over the world. We are uniting. We're loving one another. We're embracing one another. So much peace is manifesting, so much love, so much togetherness. And I'm telling you, I am feeling it. I really am. I'm just so excited. I tell you, though we come from a chosen group, some of us are at a different level of the chosen one system. And those of us who are, we know who we are. And many years ago, most of us, we already knew that we were different. We were special. There was something about us that was just unique, just stood out. And people reminded you of it, by the way they treated us. Sometimes I'll say you, us, same thing. Uh, they made sure you knew that that you didn't follow the group, that the standard group, the crowd. And so they made sure you realized that they knew that you were different. And guess what? That's a good thing, because those of us who fit that shoe, we're the ones that's raising the consciousness of the planet. We're the ones that have had a whole lot of suffering in our lives. I tell you, if you knew what I've been through thus far on this planet, some of you wouldn't believe it. Some of the kinds of things I've suffered, many people would not have been able to make it through. But I made it through. And for a time such as now, I didn't really understand it early on, but I started kind of getting a picture as time has passed. And so today, I understand it quite well. And that's a good thing, because had I not begun to really realize what's happening, then a lot of the suffering and the most recent things that I have gone through that I didn't understand initially, I would continue to be confused. But I know now what's happening. I know why the enemy has been so on my back. I know why, all these spiritual attacks keep coming, and it's not just me. There's a whole lot of us out there. And having to, those old friends that we used to have, I used to have, you used to have, that the universe has removed, because they knew that they knew the things that were happening behind our backs that we couldn't necessarily see or hear. But the universe will have your back, and so we're protected. We are a special group. We are very much protected, and we're winners. We were born to win. That's in us was born in us, and so we cannot fail. We are manifesting, and because we have this great intention of goodness in our heart, which I've always had. I used to look at other people and judge them by the way that I am, and I used to think too, well, I don't understand why they behave like that when all they got to do is be like this, and I mean in a good way. And I had to realize, well, somebody told me when they said, Valerie, everybody's not going to be like you. Everybody's not going to give like you give. Everybody's not going to help like you help. You just do you, and let them do them. And it took me quite a while to understand that everybody's not going to try to do right. And not that us chosen ones are perfect people, because we're not perfect people, but our intentions are good. We tend to have that thing in us that we're always wanting to do good. Even if we err, our intentions are still good. That's that special thing about us. We and we're helpers. We do service by nature. That's just who we are, and we have that light that shines. And for a long time, I didn't realize that that I had that light. I've had people say so many times, so many people say all kinds of things that they were indicating that they can see this certain thing that I couldn't yet see. And if I did, I didn't understand it. But right now in the age of Aquarius, we are moving forward. We are raising the consciousness on this planet. We are the game changers here. And I'm not trying to pat myself. I'm just being honest because I now know what's taking place. For a long time, I couldn't figure it out. When I began experiencing Kundalini back in April, actually April the 6th of 2020, I'll never forget it because it was it was so impacting that I could never forget. And I went to 5 doctors. I'm going to share a little bit with you. I went to 5 doctors, MD doctors, and nobody could tell me, none of them could tell me what was going on in my body and in my mind. And it was a very scary time because nobody could tell me. We're so entrusted in these doctors, and we always think, well, once we make it to their door, we'll get the answers. No, not necessarily. This Age of Aquarius time has really wakened me up to realize who this system, this pharmaceutical system, this Babylon system, and the compartments of it, and how wicked and not who they are, who we thought they were. It's really opened my eyes. So it took going to a therapist. I had to at one point see a therapist, and it's amazing how the universe will set you up. And the universe put me in line with a therapist that was a spiritual therapist. And that first visit, when I went in, I sat on her couch, and I was in tears. Actually, I was crying, boohoo, crying because felt like my body was going through all kinds of electric shocks, and and I was losing weight. I lost about 30 pounds in a very short time. So your body is what's the word I'm trying to think of? You're losing density. A lot of times when you're going through Kundalini, I've done some deep research since I've had this experience, and so my body was losing density and very rapidly, and it scared the heck out of me. And so I'm asking questions. The doctors couldn't tell me anything, but I went and I sat on this young lady's couch, and when I walked in, she had the incense going, the spiritual music, infusers going, and I could hear the singing bowls, and it was just very, very spiritual, just walking in the waiting room. And when she came and she got me and she took me back, I sat on the couch. I just started boohoo crying, and I started describing what I was experiencing and how I had been to all these doctors. And she looked at me and she said, "My dear," she said, "it's gonna be okay." And she said, "You're just experiencing Kundalini." And I said, "Kundalini?" I had heard of the word, but I never knew what it meant. I've never really dug in, and there was never a reason, I didn't think so. But I said, "Kundalini?" I said, "What is Kundalini?" And she started describing Kundalini and the symptoms, and what it was about. And there began the day of my real journey of manifesting in this awakening that day. And and there's so much more I could tell you that was a part of that experience, but at a later video. Right now, I just want to say it has led me to here today, and I know now what my purpose is. I've always had passions, but I didn't know my purpose. But this experience has led me to find my purpose. It's in all the suffering, because Kundalini brings about a lot of suffering. And when I say suffering, I mean suffering. I could tell you some things, but I won't right now. But a lot of suffering. So I went through a lot in the past almost 2 years, and I just couldn't understand what it was about until I was, till it was, described to me and explained to me. And so I'm on the other side of it, and now knowing the things that were destined for me and understanding it better, I'm living in it, and I'm just joyful. I am so happy to be alive today at a time like today. I remember Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis, I think, used to sing the song back in 1969. Actually, it was when the song came out, about the Age of Aquarius. You guys remember that song, I know. If not, go look it up. Google Age of Aquarius, Marilyn McCoo, Billy Davis. They were singing, they were telling us something back in 69, and it went right over most of our heads. And now that I know December the 20th, 21st, 2020 ignited the Age of Aquarius, and now that I know what it's all about and that it was really something real, even when they were singing about it in the late 60s, and I'm alive to be a part of it. I'm just so amazed at what's happening in this world as we walk into our original, becoming our original selves, of how we were created to be, and all of these wonderful things that are coming in our future. I'm just excited, so excited. And I just wanted to get on today and share that with you, and to remind the chosen ones, do not give up. The enemy is going to get worse. They're gonna cut up some more. Just prepare yourself for it, because it's coming. And that's why they are shooting these arrows at us, because they know we're changing the game on this planet. We are. And I'm one of them. I'm so grateful that I'm able to experience this. So I just wanted to come on again and say, chosen ones, hang in there. This is your time. You're manifesting. You ain't seen nothing yet. You just wait. It's coming. You are going to be you're going to be happier than happy. All of that suffering is not going to be in vain, because we are rising. It is our time. So I just wanted to share that. So I'm going to sign off. Got some things to do, a couple more things I need to do before the day is gone. And you know how the days seem like passing so fast today. So I'm just going to say peace, 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 the real peace sign. Peace to you. Namaste, Ashe, and all of that. Take care, sisters and brothers. I love you.